Okay, and what's your name?
I'm Joan Staller, Washington, D.C.
And Joan, what group are you with?
I'm with Code Pink Women for Peace.
Why is it important for you to be here in front of this Egyptian embassy when it's about 25-degree wind chill protesting?
This is a solidarity move. They're around the world today, yesterday, and probably for the next week or so. There will be actions in front of Egyptian embassies and consulates and other places in solidarity with the Gaza Freedom March. And this is the anniversary of the incursion by the Israel government into Gaza, in which bombs, planes, rockets, cluster bombs,
those phosphorus bombs too,
white phosphorus bombs,
which were condemned by Human Rights Watch.
Absolutely.
And all the other groups.
You're absolutely right. I mean, there were documented war crimes. If you go on Google and look at the Goldstone report, the United Nations approved the Goldstone report. It's like 70 pages long, pared way down from the 3,500 war crimes that Israel committed to the top 35. There were war crimes also documented by Hamas, but way fewer. We need to have a heck of a lot better press than we have. Somehow or another, the American people need to become much better informed on all sides about what's happening in Gaza. The taking of Gaza property in the West Bank and in East Jerusalem. It's a totally outrageous constant bullying tactic by the Israeli government. So we're standing in solidarity with what's going on in Cairo right now, way underreported by the United States press, well reported by the world press and by independent press. But we're here in solidarity for those 1,400 people and in memory of the 1,400 plus Gazans who were killed, over 300 of them children, 5,000 of them wounded.
Christian and Muslim alike, children.
Absolutely. And these people, has been said, are trapped in this country. They cannot leave. They cannot get medical attention. They cannot get any building supplies. They're living in tents, no schools. Their clothing has been destroyed. They are desperate. They are living without hope. And what we try to do here is to let them know that there are people in the world who are thinking about them, working for them, and doing what we can to change public opinion here in the United States so that we stop giving them a humongous amount of United States aid and planes and bombs and white phosphorus and so forth.
Okay, well, thanks so much.
David Barrows.
And Dave, why are you here today in front of the Egyptian embassy?
Well, this is the least I can do. I couldn't afford to go to Gaza, and I couldn't afford to go to Egypt, and I need to give solidarity for the people over there. They're trying to do what they can to get in to Gaza. Should I just keep going?
Yeah, keep going, Dave.
Okay. It's like it's the Warsaw of the Middle East. That's what Gaza is. The Warsaw ghetto of the Middle East.
Yeah.
And here we are paying Egypt and Israel supposedly to make peace, and we know it's actually paying them to make war and to serve the American empire. And it's an empire I don't want to be a part of. I'd rather be a man without a country than be a man of this country as degenerated it has been. I'm really ashamed to be an American. Maybe I need to remember more that there are Americans like myself and the people here trying to do something. That's probably what I need to concentrate on, but it's frustrating, and I wish people could wake up and come out and show solidarity and get informed. I don't know what else to say.
Judith Kelly.
And what group are you with?
Pace y Bene Nonviolence Service.
And why is it important for you to be here at the protest today?
Well, my friend and our Pace Bene elder, Father Louis Vitale, is fasting and waiting at the border with a number of my other friends, John Deere, Kathy Kelly, Joanne Lingle, Medea Benjamin, Ann Wright. Lots of people we know are there and have done a great job.
And give me the name of that group again.
Pace e Bene,
Which means
peace and good in Italian.
Oh, okay. And the name of the priest that's over there?
Father Louis Vitale from Oakland, California.
And I know Kathy Kelly. I mean, she's a well-known activist.
Yeah.
Are you located in D.C.?
I'm in Arlington.
Arlington. So, have you ever been to Gaza?
I went, yes.
And so you know what's going on there today.
Oh,
and the marchers are trying to get in. They're trying to cross the Rafah border.
Right.
And trying to really spotlight what's going on for the American people in the world. What is going on over there?
It's just a continuing punishment that is going to cause more harm than any kind of possible advancement. So we need to stand with those folks that were brave enough to go and ask these governments to begin to cooperate with one another so that no further damage will be done.
In front of the Egyptian embassy because I'm very concerned and upset that the government of Egypt is holding up 1,400 international peace marchers in Cairo and refusing to allow them to enter the Gaza Strip through the Rafah crossing, which is the border between Egypt and Gaza. And all of these nonviolent peace marchers want to do is to draw world attention to the terrible neglect of the 1.5 million Palestinian human beings who are locked up in the Gaza Strip and have been for the last 5 years. And we also want to call the world's attention to the fact that it was exactly 1 year ago that Israel assaulted the Gaza Strip and its 1.5 million people and did terrible damage and destruction and killed 1,400 people.
Paul, what group are you with?
Well, I'm primarily with Friends of Sabeel North America as the Maryland coordinator. I also work with my Lutheran Middle East Working Group here in the Metro DC Synod.
Paul, do you think the Gaza tragedy is getting enough attention from the establishment media?
Oh, absolutely not. They're doing their best to ignore it. And this is very dismaying. I mean, our president, Barack Obama, was in Cairo this past spring and gave this wonderful speech about how the world has to take a much more positive attitude toward the Muslim nations, and we have to find ways to cooperate and work with them. Here, the United States gives Israel $3 billion a year in military aid. And of course, much of that aid and much of American weaponry was used in the terrible assault on Gaza a year ago.
If I'm not mistaken, according to the Washington Report on the Middle East, Egypt gets about $2 billion a year.
That's right. That's right.
So here we are. We're giving $3 billion plus to Israel, $2 billion to Egypt, and have no influence to get these marchers across that border. And many of them are American citizens.
Absolutely. Many of them are American citizens, including about 4 or 5 friends of mine here in the Washington area. The United States makes a tragic mistake if it thinks that it can ignore these human rights dilemmas around the world, particularly in cases where through our financial aid and diplomatic support we are aiding and abetting the oppression of people, in this case the Palestinian people.
Okay, thanks so much, Paul.